Hi, it's Dr. Mincey, Dr. Tyrion Mincey, and we're back to talk about number 5 out of the 5 foods that are in your fridge that are weakening your immune system and making you fatter. And this last one is a little known item that I have had an issue with for many years. It has been present in the so-called natural foods and the natural food stores that we all go to and give our entire check to at times, and the places that we think are serving us healthy food. Maybe they think they're doing the best thing, but based on the knowledge and understanding I have of the human body and its function, this item is in so many different products that it's being put in the human body in too large a quantity, and I would argue that it's creating artificial deficiencies that are present because you're putting too much of one thing there and maybe creating health problems. And there are some clues out there that are telling us that maybe we'd be better off if we just avoided this altogether. It just seems that no matter what we do, if we try to get around nature, it seems to often come right back to us as wrong answer. So the number 5 ingredient is going to fall into the category of preservatives, and it's called citric acid. And for all you people that have dedicated yourselves to eating right and being well, go to your refrigerator right now. I challenge you, and grab a bottle of salsa you bought from the natural food store and look at it, and the ingredient will be right there: citric acid. It is in everything. If you sit down and add up the number of products with citric acid that you eat on a daily basis, it's a problem. I've told people for many years, the best way to eat is to shop like a caveman. And I borrowed that from a friend of mine named Phil Maffetone. Shop like a caveman. And what does that mean? That means you shop the perimeter of the grocery store. If you're shopping the aisles in the middle of the grocery store, you're going to find the 5 foods that are weakening your immune system and making you fatter. However, on the perimeter of the grocery store, you usually find the foods that go bad faster and also don't have as many preservatives. But there is one issue with citric acid. It's difficult to avoid if you eat meat, because most butchers treat the meat with a spray that contains special viruses that kill bacteria, as well as citric acid oftentimes. The citric acid is used as a protective colorant to keep the color in the meat, and it's done for beef and poultry. So people are consuming this and they have no idea. If you go to natural farmers or farmers who raise cattle for you, or if you go to a butcher and you ask for meat that doesn't or hasn't been treated with citric acid, you may be able to do better. It may cost you a bit more because the shelf life is shorter, but I have a feeling you'll be healthier in the long run because your body doesn't have to detoxify the excess citric acid. What else is the big deal? I'm not the only one that has the opinion. If we look here, we know there was a report generated by Michigan Medicine that said the safety of citric acid has never been studied. And there's other evidence in the literature that citric acid causes arthritis or exacerbates arthritis and is implicated as a cause of autism. Think about that. While everyone's not going to be sensitive to every single item that's put in the food, some people are. No 2 people react the same to things that are added to drugs or chemicals. And scientists know this, and we've known it for a very long time. That's why the precautionary principle, I think, applies here, that we should get rid of citric acid. We should allow the manufacturer to put in if they want to and vote with our wallet. But as people who shop, we shop around the outside of the store and we buy food that doesn't have citric acid. And that brings another thought to mind. For the people who have found great relief in avoiding the consumption of flesh and meat, I submit to you that maybe it wasn't the meat that was the problem. Maybe it's the citric acid they've been treating it with for so many years. Maybe it's the husbandry practices. Think about it. That's number 5 of the foods in your fridge that are weakening your immune system and making you fatter. Citric acid also disrupts a central function of the human body in the production of energy. And the result of that function is it creates energy and it creates citric acid. And when we load the system with citric acid, we also disrupt that. So we have to figure out a way, once we've consumed all 5 of these foods, to detoxify them from our body. Stopping today is not enough. The residues are there, lodged in the fat tissues, and as you lose weight, the body's going to have challenges with it. So how does one manage or navigate in a toxic world when they have the toxins in their refrigerator, killing their immunity and increasing their waistline? I thought about it, and I decided I needed to write a book. So I wrote this book called The Art of Detoxification. It's an introductory book that has checklists, and it's a very simple, easy to follow guide for people who really aren't familiar with this particular territory. You can find this book on Amazon. There is an audiobook on Amazon, and there's a digital book on Amazon. You can get any of those and listen to it and start using the information that's in here to deal with the residues of glyphosate that are on the wheat that we said that you need to avoid, to deal with the blood sugar imbalances that are caused by the high fructose corn syrup, to deal with the chemicals and the residues that are in the yogurt, and finally to deal with the issues that we have with citric acid and other chemicals that we've overloaded the body with. This is a very important process and contributes to enhancing immunity and a balanced, healthy metabolism and weight. I'm Dr. Tyran Mincey. Once again, it's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Feel free to contact the office or come in if you have questions, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and share this information with friends, because it's not knowledge that's power, it's the application of knowledge. Till next time.